Good morning, it's 9 o'clock, April the 8th, 2024, and I'll call the public hearing on the proposed reinvestment zone on the Stetson County Stetson Renewables Holding reinvestment zone number 1 to order. First item on the agenda is roll call by County Clerk Mary Jane Laviada. Manoan, Celica Rodriguez sitting in this morning.
Good morning, Judge and
morning, ma'am.
Commissioners.
Morning.
Judge Rathmo,
Present.
Commissioner Mendoza,
Present.
Commissioner Morales,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
and Commissioner Garza.
Present.
Judge, we have a quorum.
Thank you. As I noted, Commissioners, this public hearing is an opportunity for the public for any comments on the consideration of the court to discuss and approve a reinvestment zone for a solar project in our county. It is a requirement by the state for Chapter 312 Texas Tax Codes, and so we open it up to the public to see if there are any comments as far as the court considering moving forward with this project. It is a solar project. It is planned for northwestern Zapata County, and Stetson Renewables is the entity that is proposing the guidelines. Of course, the county has hired a consultant to help us in consideration of this project moving forward. So this is, I guess, the initial step, one of the initial steps as the court considers this project to be constructed in Zapata County. So at this time, I'll open the floor for any public comment for 5 minutes. And if there isn't any, we'll go ahead and close the meeting.
What would be the?
Yes, you may approach, sir, and for your, yes.
So what would be the?
Yeah, thank you, Salinas. Good morning. Just state your name for the record.
I'm Salinas. Good morning.
Good morning.
What would be the benefit for the county on this?
It would be a significant investment
Okay.
to the county in the hundreds of millions of dollars to our. There, of course, during construction, there are proposed a lot of construction jobs that will be available to our community. As far as permanent jobs, it's not a big employment project, but the amount of value that will bring to our taxing entity will improve substantially. So the court has approved I think similar projects. I think 3 other projects moving forward. 3 other solar projects that are not under construction, but there seems to be a high interest in our area because, of course, the amount of sunshine that we have during the year. And now with the upgrades and construction of these high-powered transmission lines, those projects are beginning to be up here in our area. So I guess the ultimate thing is to improve our tax base, bring jobs to our community, and I think this project would qualify for both.
So that's what the county's gonna benefit from, and are we?
And then the school district also.
Oh, school district, and are we gonna give green ourselves, the courthouse and? the
Well, that's
jails
something
and-
that I guess moving forward, there is an effort for communities to certainly this power, when it is constructed, the generation of electricity would go into the grid, the Texas grid. So some communities have opted to purchase only green energy. I don't think Zapata County, we're at that level yet.
Some are, so, yes, it's a great project, I just wanted to learn
There's
more about
quite
it.
a lot of interest. This would be a solar project. There are some wind projects also that may be coming to our area.
And the more the merrier.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny. Any other comments?
Mr. Make a motion that we adjourn the public hearing.
Motion to adjourn the public hearing by
Being that
Commissioner
there's no
Mendoza.
other public speakers.
Okay,
Sir,
yes,
but not on the solar, but I'm here with Border Region.
yes, we're gonna open the regular meeting
Yes.
right
Okay, I thought y'all were like-
after this.
There's 2 meetings.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn the public meeting for the Stetson Renewable Project, seconded by Commissioner Garza. We are now adjourned. We will now open the meeting for our regular Commissioners Court meeting, and once again, I'll ask the county clerk to call roll call.
Okay,
So it is 9:05, it was scheduled for 9:05, so April the 8th, or I call our regular Commissioners Court meeting in session now.
okay. Judge Rathmel,
Present?
Commissioner Mendoza,
President.
Commissioner Morales, Commissioner Solis,
Present.
Commissioner Gatsa.
President.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Celica. Our next item is our invocation by Dr. Roger Mitter, Commissioner Court Chaplain. Dr. Mitter, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. If you bow your heads with me this morning as we begin our time together. Let's pray. Our Father, we come here this morning first thanking you for the many blessings we have in our lives because of you. May we never forget your love and your concern for us as we remember to recognize your hand at work in our lives. So today we join together here to experience one of those blessings, the gift of governing. This gift allows us to realize conditions in which we may thrive as a people and as a society. It allows us to raise our children, to live in safety, and to learn to help and encourage each other. So as you have ordained, we have leaders appointed over us to work toward establishing and maintaining these conditions of safety, civility, and mutual support. So we ask that you especially direct our leaders, our judge and our commissioners, our elected and appointed leaders, so that they may discharge their duties to this community, which secures the best for everyone in this time. So Father, help us all today to trust in you and to experience the peace which you have promised to all who are prepared to receive it. And in Christ's name we pray this. Amen.
Amen.
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 3, Communications Commissioner. I guess the historic event, this I guess around lunchtime and shortly thereafter, is the total solar eclipse that will be occurring. Will be, I guess, a little bit away from the totality of what that solar eclipse, but I think we'll be around the 90%. You'll may have some cloud cover, but hopefully everyone has prepared. I guess I do have a timeline here. So it should begin around a little after lunchtime, 12:09. The maximum occurrence will be at 1:29, about 1:30, and it should end about 2:51, right before 3. And so I think we're in the zone of maybe 85 to 90%. So I think that the total eclipse will be around the Eagle Pass area, San Antonio, and in those areas. But certainly there is a lot of excitement, and certainly I think the next one is maybe in 20 years from now. So it's a very rare occurrence to have a total solar eclipse. And I look forward to, I've got my glasses ready, and hopefully I'll be able to peek through the clouds and catch a glimpse of a historic eclipse. I think we all need to be careful also as far as guiding our kids to make sure that they don't damage their eyes. But look forward to it. Did y'all get your glasses?
We got our glasses, our kids are ready, they're excited, and hopefully everybody gets to enjoy it.
I wonder if the school district is planning any.
Yeah, they have different activities throughout.
They're gonna be showing it live for the little
And
ones, they're
then,
gonna be showing it live.
light
as well.
screen, for the little ones, take them out. But we already have some activities.
Their classes for the whole school.
Yes, I think, well, the forecast is that our cloud cover should start to burn up around noontime, so we may be able to get a pretty good view of.
It'll be a 50-50 shot.
If you go to City, you watch.
Yes,
Yes, that's what we're doing.
yes. So we'll see. I guess the further north you go, I guess the stronger the event will be.
I think like you mentioned, Eagle Pass would be probably the strongest around it.
It'll be a total, yeah, they'll get 100% coverage.
That should be total darkness in
We'll,
Eagle Pass.
we'll be close, but certainly something that doesn't occur very often.
Good experience, should be good.
Yes.
We'll be around for the second one.
Well, hopefully, some of us, some followers will be.
Some of
Yes.
There's a lot of activity right this weekend. We had the autism walk as well. It was a good turnout. I saw a whole bunch of pictures.
Great job, Nelly, with organizing that
Yes.
event. Do a great job every year.
And good weather too. It was
It's
nice.
really nice.
Beautiful weather. I saw you change the location
venue.
as well.
Yeah, It was a real good turnout.
Great.
Thank you for what you do for our
And
children.
there was also a bingo, I believe, in San Ignacio. With
There's,
everything. Was there a
There was
bingo?
bingo
or
yesterday.
That was a
San
big one,
Ignacio.
San Ignacio, and then I know that we have, the low gear this coming weekend also, right? We
Mhm.
get that fundraiser.
Yes, the big fundraiser at Romeo Flores Park.
And then also congratulations to all the sports. I know baseball excelled, softball, lady softball, track team.
They're all
Everybody,
doing well, very
they're all
good.
doing really good. I know track is going to be heading to area on Thursday, and they'll be in Alice. So good luck to all the
Congratulations.
people out there.
I think the golf team did well too.
Golf team as well.
Golf team always
Yes,
shines.
awesome.
All sports are shining. So
Yeah, Hawks have
Kudos.
always been very.
kudos to all of them.
So, I did visit the golf course. It's coming along. I think those two greens that were in need of repair are coming along slowly, but I think, you know, there has been some comments about the temporary greens we're having to use, but I think in an effort to get them to the level that we need to stay off of them.
Yeah, and it'll take some time and patience, but I know Mr. Pino is definitely trying his best.
Yeah.
And I talked to him as well this past week, and you know he says they're improving, so we'll see how it goes. Judge, we also had our annual Easter egg hunt in Siesta Shores, along with the Zapata newspaper. So it was another great event. We were able to give out a bunch of Easter baskets. We had 2 face painters there. So we wanna thank all our sponsors, the donors, the Zapata County Fire Department for always bringing out our Easter bunny. Our Constable Precinct 3, Erika Martinez, thank you for providing safety for our kids. So it was a great total team effort, and it was a great event for our kids.
Very good. A lot of activities going on. I think the weather's been really nice, so, yeah.
We gotta take advantage of it.
People want to be outdoors.
We definitely gotta take
Well,
advantage.
thank you, Commissioners, for promoting all these events, and I'm sure there's more to come.
There's definitely more to come. We got those movie nights coming again.
Okay, very nice. Well, any other communications? Ma'am, you said you had a comment? You can approach, yes.
She has an action item, Judge, for the
Okay.
use of the community center.
Okay,
Good morning.
Good morning,
Judge
ma'am.
Rathmel, Commissioners Court, Zapata County. My name's Diana Salazar. I'm here with Border Region Behavioral Health Center.
okay.
And I'm here to request the use of your communities, of Zapata County's Community Center for our upcoming mental health awareness event on May 8th. And we have some goals, and it's to increase awareness of the importance of mental health and wellness here in Zapata County. And some further goals that I have noted here, if I can find them.
Ma'am, did you reach out to Ms. Laura Garza to check if it was available on that date?
I did not, but if
Is-
it has not been done, I will.
What day is that? Is it?
It's May
But is it
8th, on a Wednesday,
Oh,
on a Wednesday.
Usually during the week, it's available, but and it's during the day, right? So, yeah.
It'd be a Wednesday.
Well, we'll
If it
check
has
on
not
that.
been done, then I
But
will
yeah,
follow up on that.
Just checking to see if it was.
You are on the agenda for approval, ma'am, so we'll call you up. Or unless you have to leave early, I mean, you can make your presentation and.
Okay, I just wanted to, present some goals on.
Okay, sure.
For the event, and it's to educate the public about mental health conditions, to dispel any misconceptions, and to provide accurate information. So that's our goal for our
Well,
event and
Border
every
Region is
day.
a great partner in our community, so.
Thank you, and I really appreciate your support,
Yes.
for our events
And the more awareness, we can reach out to people, especially nowadays, that we see these issues arise more than ever. So it'd be great if, the more awareness that's out there.
Yes, that's our goal. Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll call you up there. Any other communications? If not, we'll move on to public comment. This section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any item on the agenda. Members of the public signed up. We'll move on to item number 6, approval of invoices. And in your package, Commissioners, we had invoices from March 22nd, 2024 through April the 4th, 2024, for a total of $244,340.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Mendoza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving on to the treasury report, provided by Mr. Salinas, our county treasurer. Page 1 is our investment income for Zapata County. We've got a CDs totaling in the amount of $8,643,846.90. And we had interest of $29,552 for the month. And interest for the year is, has $226,179.52. Moving on to our fiduciary demand accounts, which includes our operating accounts, payroll accounts, waterworks, road and bridge. Our main accounts, we had a beginning balance of $2,735,580.21. We had revenues or deposits of $3,418,530.77. We had expenses of $2,204,530.17 for an ending balance of $3,949,580.81. Continuing with other demand accounts, which include forfeiture accounts and other accounts held by our county treasurer. We had a beginning balance of $4 million, which includes a tax assessor collectors. That's the main account that included in this item is $4,923,400.52. We have deposits of $3,263,578.82, and expenses of $5,153,442.10 for an ending balance of $3,033,537.24. The majority of expenses, of course, is from the tax assessor collector, of course, dividing those tax revenues between the school district and the county mainly, and the other taxing entities of $2,856,475.85 were withdrawn and divided to those taxing entities. Moving on to our treasurer's electricity reports. For the month of March, we had an amount of $85,440.36. And for our water usage, we had an amount of $7,064.24. Moving on to our royalty income from the gas wells around the town site. From Hillport Energy, for the month of March, we received $4,630.51 in royalties. Moving on to our rent income from our buildings throughout the county. The San Ignacio Center brought in $375 for the month of March. The Pavilion brought in $1,450 for the month of March. The Community Center brought in $2,000. Moving on to some of our revenue accounts from the different departments. Our county clerk, Fund 10, for the month of March, brought in $5,309.25. For Fund 15, brought in $25. The district clerk, Fund 10, brought in $1,786, and for Fund 15, $68. Our ARM ordinance, there was 2 machines added. We brought in $2,000 for the month of March. And our sales tax for the month of March was $163,134.11. Moving on to our other departments' revenues. The landfill for the month of March brought in $22,570. The jail brought in $650. I guess it hasn't been posted yet, Mr. Gonzalez?
No, yeah, the cutoff date is the last day of the month, so if it came in at the beginning of this month, it wouldn't show. It'll show twice.
Okay, it'll show twice next month.
Right.
Because we've been averaging about $200,000, I guess, for our jail revenues. Jail telephone, $6,541.12. Jail bond fees, $495. And our EMS brought in $69,012.53. Last page, page 9, these are for our JP's revenues for the month of March. JP Precinct 1 brought in $12,138. JP Precinct 2 brought in $31,417.89. JP Precinct 3 brought in $5,275. And JP Precinct 4 brought in $3,292.33. Motion to approve treasury report as presented by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 8 is approval of checks issued. And we have checks from March 22nd, 2024 through April the 4th, 2024, for a total of $244,340.
Motion to approve as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Mendoza to approve the checks issued as presented. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 9 is tax assessor, collectors, departmental report. Ms. Mendoza, good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Okay, for the month of, excuse me, for the month of March, our collection report shows the general fund collected $197,421.46. Interest and sinking fund collected $83,156.21. Farm to market, $87.33. Special road and bridge, $24,984.37. Total collection, delinquent attorney fees, $10,444.10, for a total collection of $316,093.47. Fees and other collections, we had alcoholic beverage, $950, tax certificates, $8, hotel motel fund, $11,574.20, copies and faxes, $73.50, voter registration, $133, interest earnings, $34.73. Total collection for fees was $12,773.43, for a grand total of $328,866.90. A check was made to the Zapata treasurer for $318,424.73. Delinquent attorneys, $10,442.17, for a total of $328,866.90. On page number 2, we have the hotel motel tax year to date from October the 1st to March 31st, a total of $66,898.54. Our tax rate collection is lower than usual. Of course, last year we had all of the homeowners assistance money
Yes.
coming in, so it's gonna show a difference. Last year, we had 85.77% collection. Right now, we have 83.55% collection.
So that's the difference, that $1 million that came in.
Exactly.
And that program has been suspended already,
That,
Ms.
it's
Mendoza?
already terminated.
Okay.
They no longer have any funds, and applications are closed.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your report.
We'll move on to reports and presentation, and we have item number 10 is a presentation on Texas Department of Transportation projects, and an update from Mr. Francisco Cantu, Roma Area Engineer. Mr. Cantu, good to see you again.
Likewise, good morning, Commissioner.
morning.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Thank you for the opportunity this morning. Excuse me. With me today is also Danny Flores, the construction engineer.
Danny, good to see you, Danny.
Danny.
Attendance. Before I do start with the presentation, as far as Texas, we're also taking precautions for the solar eclipse that's happening, right? So we're covering the roads, right? Because we know people might be distracted, but just sharing the message as well, right? Safety is very important. It's a great event, but also it brings a lot of risks, right? It's passing through a lot of highways around Texas, so we're also on the lookout.
So I guess some of the news reports is, I guess the highways departments throughout the country are recommending don't pull over on the highway?
Exactly, don't pull over, yes, and if you do, make sure it's at a safe place, right?
Okay.
As well, but of course, don't be distracted, don't be trying to look up and, right?
So that's very important.
Don't try to be recording with your phone while you're driving.
Exactly, yeah, while driving or anything, just be very careful out there, right? But the purpose of the visit, right, is to provide you with updates on our projects, our current projects. And also answer questions you all have right at the end. The current projects that we have here are obviously focused on USA 3 divided project that we have, right? We're making it safer and also increasing the capacity, right? So the first project that we have right now ongoing is the one you see out there.
South of town,
south of town, and then it's close to Chihuahua. So that segment is already started, as you all saw. It's around 20% complete, so it's going a little bit slower, but you'll see it increasing slowly, right? That's expected to be completed at the end of 2026. So we still got quite a way to go on that project, right? But obviously that's the first one out of the series of projects there.
So that one will be a divided highway,
Yes.
4 lanes, I guess, two
Yes.
each way.
That's correct, and it'll be a grass median for the most part.
Okay.
But there might be parts where it's gonna be with a left turn lane.
Okay.
We're not able to get the full grass median, the whole full right of way, right? So, and you'll see that around 83, right? We
Correct.
do that, and then we open, and then it goes back sometimes in some scenarios. Yes, so that's the first project we have, right? That's happening. We have the next ones, the two I wanna talk about is the one that end in 064 and 043. Okay, so it's a long number, but I'm just gonna mention the last 3 digits, right? And I have a brochure here that has all the information, in case y'all want more information. But the 064 and the 043, we're basically working on the plans already, right? So we're already getting the plans, we're working on the design. Those are already being worked on currently. And so those, if I start with the 064, that's the one that's south of San Ignacio, right? So south of San Ignacio, heading down.
So
right?
south of Ramireño, yes.
Yeah, so it's about, let me see.
Between Ramireño and San Ignacio.
Between Ramireño and Zapata, I guess would be the
Yes, it's 6 mile stretch.
6 mile stretch.
6 mile stretch. So it's just
I guess
one-
from Ramireño to Uribeño, I guess.
There you go.
More or
Yeah,
less.
that might be, that might be the limits, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the, identified like that, but it's
Right.
just 6 mile stretch, right, divided highway.
Yes.
And now, the
Because
only.
I think that's the only one missing, because we have a.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
there you go, so then, so that Ramireño to, you said to?
Uribeño.
Uribeño, okay, yeah,
Yes.
so that's a 6 mile stretch that we're working on. What did increase recently, from 63 million, it went to 82 million, the cost, right? Just like everything is going up, that's the only thing that's changed, but the good thing is the letting date did not change, so it stayed the same. January 2028 is when it's expected to go to letting, right? Again, the cost is what increased, but not the.
So, I guess during that time, I guess right away will be acquired.
Yes, this year. It
This
starts-
year, okay.
so we're starting this year the process right away as well, right? So the plans are being worked on, but the right of way as well, and everything else, yes. Of course, the goal is to accelerate them when we can, right? Accelerate them and let them earlier if possible, right? So for now, it's 2028, January 2028 for letting.
Would that be completion or start date?
Start.
So, will there, I always get the question, of course, and with TxDOT's, of course, blessing, the court wanted to keep the overlooked scenic park, and not completely, I guess, destroy it or bring it down to build a highway on it. Will there be any funds to upgrade that park as part of this project?
That's a great question. I will need to look into that.
I wondered, yes, if you could push for allowing funds to be used to upgrade that park. It's a beautiful area. I know we've been working on the San Ignacio Corralitos overlook, but I think that we could have those 2 overlooks be part of our system, our 83 system. I think that would be very appreciated. I know it stayed there. I think as part of your plan, it is going to be part of it.
Yes. Yeah, it falls in the limits, right?
Yes.
So, we'll look into that for sure, see how we could work something out, definitely. I know at the moment, right now, there's been some minor upgrades, right? that have
Well,
been-
it's closed, I mean, it's
Yeah.
closed, but as part of, I guess, whenever the construction would begin, maybe we can upgrade it and then open it back up to the public and make it part of it.
Yes, great comment, yes, and
Okay.
definitely I'll take it into consideration.
Okay.
Appreciate that, and then, the last one, I said 043, right, the next project, that one goes, south of Lopeño, so it goes from Lopeño south,
Okay.
heading south towards the county line, right? So that is a 3.6 mile stretch, and it did increase in cost, the projection, right, from 42 million, it went up to 48 million. So that's been a recent change based on latest prices. And the letting date is still set the same, so it hasn't changed, October 2029. So that was right after the 064. We're working on both concurrently with the design and everything, so there's a chance that maybe the 043 beats the 064, right, and goes to construction sooner. It all depends on what moves faster. This one is a shorter span, 3.6 miles, so I anticipate that in theory it could beat out the 064 by letting sooner and going to construction sooner, but we'll see how it goes.
That was gonna be my question, Frank. Historically, do any of these projects actually start before their target date?
Yes, historically, yes, they do. Yes, they do. We had that happen in Stark County a lot, with a lot of our divided projects as well. State Route 185 is a big project in Stark. So that's been happening a lot where we can let them sooner. These targets are kind of being conservative, right? Being just conservative, making sure we don't push it back. but certainly we can move forward. It happens a lot.
We appreciate the state. I mean, all these projects, these are big numbers of cost. So we appreciate the state that continuing to invest in our county.
Yes,
They're big projects and very much appreciated for the safety of the transportation of our residents.
Yes, definitely. It's 160 million combined between those three, right? It's 160 million in the next 4 or 5 years. So yes, you're right. Aside from the preventive maintenance projects that we have, which we have currently, so that's also millions of dollars. So yes, appreciate that comment.
Questions from these projects. Will they be offering the millings to the
Good
county?
question, Commissioner. Yes, we need those.
Yes, we already.
Because I know the.
Working on a plan, so I said.
Because I know the construction companies usually, you know, keep it for them, but if,
Yeah.
you know, we can.
You may want to call Fred from right now.
No, yeah, I think they did already. I think they did, yeah.
Yes, we've already been in communication with them.
Yeah.
You can
So-
store it in Precinct 2 and we can haul it from there.
Yeah. No, you're right, that we are putting that already. The designer for the plans, he was kind of surprised that we brought it up this early. I'm like, hey, already, you know, we want to keep the millions. And they were surprised, but it's because of the pressure. And you know, I said, that's good, because then we forget it at the end, and then it goes to construction, and we say, hey, what happened to the millions?
Yeah,
So no, I appreciate that. That's what it is about, communication, right?
I know for them it's probably it is considered scrap, but for us it's very,
gold.
it helps us a lot.
Yeah.
It helps us a
We
lot
utilize it
our
for
communities,
our
yeah.
communities.
Yeah, no, we agree. We definitely agree. And that's what we're doing now.
We also want to thank you for your day-to-day, as you mentioned, especially, you know, when we have those, you know, icy roads, you know, you guys came down, you know, immediately. So, you know, every time we contact you guys, you know, pick up. So I just wanted to thank you guys on behalf of the board.
Yeah, so I
Also,
appreciate it.
I want to thank Mr. Flores. Also, every time I give him a call, the stop signs or anything that are down, you know, by the next day they're up.
And he's gonna change
If
his
you-
number.
if we have a good one.
I think we have a great working
It's all
relationship.
good.
Yes, definitely. We appreciate all that. We appreciate your comments for that.
What about the water lines on those 6.6 miles between Ramireño and Uribeño?
Yes.
Is there funding to move the water lines in the project, or?
It's really really too early to tell you right now, they're compensable, not compensable. That's still later in the process, right? So right now, is right-of-way utility is part of the process. So as we go forward, I'll keep that in mind and let you know if it's gonna be funding or not, no funding for it, right? Definitely, but it varies, it depends on where they fall.
Were you able to secure funding for Falcon Rule for those sections too?
Yes, there was a SIP, I think it was something called a SIP loan. That's what we have
Oh, okay.
from the same structure bank. So in those cases, they have to get a loan, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, there was funding there. It's very low interest, right?
Oh, okay.
Very low interest, very long term. So it should be. It works out for most, you know, agencies or companies.
And I know I asked you this last time you guys came, but 496, we need lighting out there. This year alone, you know, we had over 10 accidents out there with deer. So especially during hunting season, that's very dangerous. It's a very dangerous area. It's completely dark until you get to 3074. So I've had many requests, you know, from
Maybe put
constituents,
those
you know.
purple lightings that y'all have out there in like in Bustamante area.
Yeah, I know you said you have to do the studies and all that,
Yeah.
but just a reminder, you know, just so,
Yes.
you know, see if we can, you know, I don't want it to lead to a fatality or something like that, you know, before we
Yeah.
can take action, you know.
Yeah.
We did have plenty of accidents that it does concern the board.
And there are very heavily populated areas out there, yeah, that actually travel in and out of the main town,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for
those-
the reminder.
Yes, sir, those neighborhoods, you know, they increased, you know, population over the last 5 years, I would say. I mean, now it's, you know, it's a regular, neighborhood. So if, I don't know how fast the system can, you know, how we can hurry it up.
Yeah, so it's a yearly process, safety funds, so I submit projects that are safety, so that's one of them, right? And then the committee and there's a team that checks
Right,
if
right,
it
right.
warrants or not.
Right.
Yeah, but if it doesn't warrant, then every year I'm gonna be submitting it.
So,
Maybe
so
something
the
changes.
committee, when you say they check to see if it warrants, what do they base it off? Like, do they go to the sheriff's office and get the reports of?
Yeah, they go from the system, it's a system that it has GPS and all
Oh, great.
home access,
Okay.
yes, and it has all the information.
Okay.
So that's what they go based on. Yeah.
And of course, traffic, I would imagine.
Yeah, other
And the
factors.
traffic
other
study as
factors
well.
as well, yes. But it's mainly, honestly, it's mainly fatalities and crashes, right? Severe injuries, things like that, right?
Right.
That's what they look at to prioritize that safety
course.
funds.
I know that we started, I know we're working together for that signage for deer crossing and cattle.
Yes.
So that whenever they're driving at night, just to be cautious out there.
Yeah, we got one update. I reached out to them and they got it up real quick, so
Yeah.
we got that. But it is, you know, a hot spot for deer there.
Yes.
Yeah,
So in the meantime, the signs.
Even in the outskirts of Zapata.
Yeah, so I wanna thank you for the signage as
Yes,
well.
no,
yeah.
definitely. I know there's might be some other locations that we gotta
Yeah, and I
consider.
just talked to him last week about the over here,
The camp, I think.
and, over here, on the other side of San Ignacio, we have them, like, that, where the fields are at.
Right.
And
La Perla.
For that, there's always animals there in that.
Yeah, Corralitos area and La Perla area, and it is kind of dark there in Corralitos.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, other locations like that, let us know. I appreciate the reminder on the Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And definitely, I mean, that's what we need to know to make sure what we can do, right, in the
Yeah.
meantime, so.
Thank you,
So,
guys.
yes, and I guess just to wrap up, really, we're about the seal code US 83, right? So the seal code from the county line, Webb County line, all the way down to south of San Ignacio, 309.
Yeah, we already
So
started
really-
talking to the people there in San Ignacio, the residents about moving their vehicles.
Okay.
Because I think we're going in there like the third week of April, right?
Yes, yes, because it's gonna be, it's all of 83 plus that segment, right? The segment you're saying?
And
Yes.
the Scenic Park and the other side of San Ignacio.
Also the same park, we're still put that as well. So,
yeah.
yes, so April 16 is what I have here as far as 83 itself, and then they work their way to there, right?
Next week, yeah.
So, yeah,
This
so
is
it's-
83. This is 83.
Yeah, this is 83 also. Yeah, we'll be still for it. So, thank you for moving I think the vehicles, there were some vehicles.
Yeah, they're
that
already
were there.
starting to move them.
Yeah, it's starting to move.
One or
so-
two that we got to work.
Awesome. So, yeah, that's a $2 million seal coat project that we have coming up, and since it's right around the corner, literally, we
Okay.
got a few weeks to go,
I
so.
think the signage is already up, yes.
Yeah, signs are already up and some striping and elimination and things like that. You'll see the activity already.
So we're using the pebbles that are not as noisy on the.
Yes, that's correct. That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah, other districts use, they call it speed grade 3.
Okay.
Grade 3, it's a lot more noisy, right? We use-
So we're good?
Yeah, it's like the one going towards
Yeah.
Lo Peña. There's a section there that it's kind of noisy.
Yeah, it is still more noisy.
I
for
know
sure.
them, they're
Yeah,
more-
circles
yeah.
are more noisy for sure.
Right.
You know, than pavement.
Yeah.
But now concrete is more noisy. So you hear it in Houston and all that. You hear
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
the
concrete.
like, beeping.
Yes.
Wheezing. So yes.
What's the difference in cost for steel coating and actual paving?
It's a very big difference. Maybe Danny has a better number there, Danny? 3 times or 4 times?
5, 6 times.
Maybe 5, yeah. Yeah, maybe 5 times. So yeah, it's a big difference, and it does a very good job, the seal coats, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we can do it, so. And maybe encourage also the county at times, you know, that's
To
about.
do seal
I
coats
think
instead
that
of
should be
paving.
an option, and yeah, we got some, an agenda item that might be an option
Yeah. Straight to
for our
the-
county streets.
Well, at least the county streets, I don't think it'll be noisy enough to
No,
but it's you're gonna be going at
the speed
20
limit is
miles.
not,
Yeah,
yeah.
slow speed. That's good. That's good. And we're here for advice, right? From us, reach out to us. We can always, provide any guidance, advice. We do this a lot in the roads, so that's our focus. So
You guys always do, so appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you all for your time.
All right.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you,
Frank.
Appreciate you all.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We'll move on to the action items. We'll deliberate and consider action on item, we'll begin with item number 14, Commissioners. Is to request the use of the San Ignacio Plaza for a Cinco de Mayo fundraiser festival.
Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
Chris, yes. Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Solis. Good to see you, Mr. Rincon.
Good morning, Judge.
Yes.
Christopher Rincon here, Executive Director of the River Pierce Foundation, for the record. I'm also representing a group of volunteers who've been working over the past decade to provide community engagement in San Ignacio. And as you can see from all of the different projects that you've mentioned, the plaza, beautification, planting trees, the scenic overlook, it's amazing to be able to take this momentum, move it further.
Yes.
Even with regard to the second scenic overlook, that was an excellent comment for the tech stop, because if there's any anything our group can do to support.
I appreciate that, yes, and I think we'll certainly request your help as we move forward. I just want to make sure we can secure funding for it and we can certainly upgrade and beautify that area and have two beautiful areas for tourists in our community to enjoy, yes.
Yes, when I have visitors come to see San Ignacio, they all ask me the same thing: where do you keep 600 people? And I even respond saying it's hard for me to even imagine 600 people that are in this town, because, you know, they're all at work, they're all at the ranch, they're all at school. You don't see them all at once, except with events like this Fiesta de Mayo, which we're planning on. It's
May 4th.
May 4th, yes.
Very well. So thank you for all your help, and look forward to being there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Judge, can we visit item 23 for the board?
Sure. To approve the use of Zapata Community Center on May the 8th, 2024 for a mental health awareness month event.
Motion to
Motion to
approve
approve.
pending availability of the community center.
Correct.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Can I dismiss?
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
We'll just be pending for her to check the date.
Yes.
Yes, I'll follow up on that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll move on to item number 11, is to approve payment of $278.92 to RDP&P Incorporated.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Solis, and this is for the golf course. Do we have any money? I think we have a little bit of money for it. Well, yeah, our maintenance crew called me and said there was a big water leak, and I said, well, get these fittings, and so that's what that invoice is. It's from Meliton.
Trejo.
Yes, Trejo, his signature on it, but it was basically fittings, and glue.
Yeah, it was a coupler and dressers.
Yes.
Okay.
So, but I know we have a golf course line item, hopefully
Right.
we can have some money there.
Judge, while we're talking about the golf course, we had the automatic timers that are not working. They're not
Okay.
currently working. Remember, we purchased them and they installed them,
Right.
but when the crews were clearing the land, they ran over the power lines. So we actually, I think the only one that knows there is Mr. Oscar Gonzalez.
Okay.
So I'll reach out to him to see if he can give us a proposal to see how much it will cost us.
So we're doing
timers.
manually right now?
Yes.
Right now it's been
And it's a
manual.
hassle.
So Commissioner Garza reminded me on that, so I'll get with Mr. Gonzalez.
See if we can plan on fixing that, and see how much it'll be.
Yeah, cause I know Mr. Pena said they're spending about 4 hours every day watering manual, you know.
Just turning the valve
Just
off.
turning off and on, off
So
and
we
on.
can get the automatics.
Takes
you know.
about half a day, you know, of work for the employees that are out there, so.
Okay. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 12 is to hire Premier Engineering to perform an assessment on current street conditions.
Motion to
Motion to approve.
Most- and Mr. Gonzalez, yes, Commissioner, we placed this item, just for the public. We, back maybe almost 20 years ago, the court, and the vote, approached the voters to approve $20 million of funding, of bonds, for street improvements. And it was voted on and approved. $15 million of it were sold back then, and there was a significant amount of street improvements done. There's still $5 million that has not, bonds that the county commissioners court could engage and get sold. I think we're waiting for the right time. We've got 3 more payments on the initial $15 million, and times are difficult, so I think we can begin the process of identifying the streets, I guess the more traffic streets, and then if the court decides we can afford to sell those $5 million, and what would be the best process to do, whether it's seal coat like was mentioned, or complete resurfacing, but I think hiring an engineering firm will allow us to, if we decide to sell those bonds, the banks will say, okay, we've actually done our due diligence and make sure that we're
Allow
gonna
us.
use these monies correctly. So, Mr. Gonzalez, I know you're familiar with the area.
Yes, Judge and Commissioners, good morning. The areas and on the seal coat versus the paving, what we encounter a lot of the times is that some of our roads have developed potholes.
Okay.
Once you develop a pothole, and we, as commissioners, you all know that you go and repair it, but
Yeah.
within a short period of time it rains, it'll pop up again. And if you put a seal coat on it and the base material has already fixed properly.
The same will happen.
The same will happen, and we will have invested a good amount of money in similar type conditions because it'll bleed up to the top. And seal coat is basically when the textile uses it a lot, when the roads are starting to crack and you see hairline cracks on it, and they'll put the oil and then they'll seal it, adds another maybe 8 to 10 years sometimes. On some of our roads, if the road is in real good condition, that it just has some cracks, some fine cracks, we could do some seal coats just to extend the lifespan.
Combination of both.
It could be a combination.
It could be a combination, yes. And so,
Mr. Gonzalez and I, we've identified several in Siesta, correct? We got the.
I've identified a lot for the
Okay.
county,
Yeah.
like Commissioner mentioned, I know in Siesta, the main road, when turn in right
North
there
Siesta.
on the gas station, and then you go down North Siesta, you go down Falcon Lane, you
Not
go down
Davis
Davis.
Lane.
But then you go, I've identified several on all the precincts, there's some that the public uses quite a bit more than others. So I think the intent, was it
Like 17th Street.
Yeah.
17th Street
All the way
is
to
one that
7th
gets used a lot. Glen Street here, from the courthouse down to 16 gets used quite a bit. You know,
The
so
boulevard.
Yeah, the boulevard. Did I say Glen? I meant the Hidalgo,
Yeah, the
the Hidalgo Boulevard. So that one gets used a lot. So those,
I know here in the main town site, here in one, there's a lot of streets that don't have potholes, and I know there's probably some of the oldest streets here in the county, but I think some of those would benefit from a seal coat because they don't have potholes, just
Right.
probably hairline cracks. But majority, I think, of the issues we have are streets that have significant potholes on them.
and on the seal codes, we could consider some of our county roads that are branch roads that the county owns as sealing them up, like putting a seal coat on it. You put a good base material, work the base, and then you put a seal coat on it that possibly could be a much better improved road because it'll reduce the dust that when they drive on those caliche roads, it flares up. And so some of those, we may be able to look into that and.
I think one seal coat that I think has lasted very well was the one in Las Palmas. We seal coated that with those funds, and that road is still in good condition that,
It's in good condition. It doesn't have the amount of traffic that the textile
I know,
roads have.
yeah, but seal coat, we applied, that's what we did there. We didn't completely refurbish it or resurface, we just, did a seal coat and it worked pretty well.
It has good drainage and it has held up pretty well, and it's been 20 years. I
It's
think
been 20
the last
years.
one was in 2005,
Yeah.
when the
And
county
the
was
main thing is
doing.
that the drainage, if you have the drainage. you can
Yeah.
go-
I think that's the main issue we have. A lot of our streets, they pond water, so we start running into the issue.
Especially in the
Drainage,
Medina
sometimes
area.
What it does is, it eats up budgets really fast.
Yeah.
And so that's a.
Yeah, that's another concern I have. If we're gonna be doing, repairing of roads, and we are gonna go through the arroyos, I think we have to,
Put a culvert or something, or a little water
improvise to where we have to put a bridge or something, so it won't mess up the roads.
Correct.
I think as we, begin this process, I think given the amount of money, and we still, I think we can look for maybe some possible matching funds, that, may be available, but for the amount of money, I think, it's not gonna be a lot of streets that you're gonna identify for the amount of money that we have. I think it'll go pretty quickly.
We did, currently with the county, we've been able to repay, well, not repay, we paid Cardinal and Crane, we did Pelican, we did Second Street, we did a little piece of Miraflores Street, and, we've done those on a very, very, tight budget. We will continue to look to see
If
what
we can-
ideas, can come up to,
So at the 5 million, I mean, it's 1.2 million, that's pretty significant, I think quite a bit can be tackled per precinct with that amount of money.
we will present, if we can present to the court, some of the streets that we feel really need
High
it.
priority.
And then get some input from the court as well, and then give you an estimated budget, if you do it, let's say next year, so it'll be an estimated budget, but then so you can have it,
I think that's what we're looking at, Commissioner, probably have this study done this summer, and by next year be able to,
I don't know
move forward.
how you guys feel, but like you said, prioritize, like, let's say 2-3 streets that really, the whole county's gonna benefit from that.
Mhm.
And then whatever's left, we can divide it by.
Correct. Yeah, I
That
think
makes sense.
the main one would be from Highway 83 on 17th in front of the school north and all of that, all the way down to 4th Street. I think that's one of the most
That's the one that's heavily traffic.
yeah, just for school, and then on 7th Avenue or 7th Street for Villarreal Elementary as well.
It's just to show you have Davis, I think.
Well, I got Davis, I got North Siesta, you name it, I got it. So, I mean, and there are traffic every day to drop off school, so we do have a lot,
Well,
you know.
we'll see what we can come with you. And we are working, I did reach out to our consultants that help us from time to time, to be on the lookout for any matching.
Yeah, we've identified maybe 5 streets that are, you know.
Yeah, so if we can get some match to the money that we may have, then.
I'd like to add just a few on the presentation that Mr.
Frank.
Presented. The section, the 6 mile section that we're doing, or that they're doing, it's the section you mentioned from La Mireño coming down to the roadside park, right there next to Hillport. That section, we do have an existing water line that belongs to the county. It's a 6-inch water line. Commissioner brought it up, and I've been pretty sure that we're there by permit, so that would mean that we would have to then move it at our expense. That's something that we can sit down with the court and give you a little estimate, so that we start planning on what's that gonna cost, because just 6 miles of line adds up really fast, just because of the footage. We may wanna do it with our crews, or we may wanna get a temporary crew to do it, similar to what we did it the last time.
Just looking at the initial, I guess, route of the expansion, it looks like it's gonna be, most of it will be on the other, opposite side of where that water line is, but.
Well, we would request crossings.
Crossings?
Yes,
Yeah.
and so we would have water on
On both
both sides,
sides,
yes.
but to move on the whole line, I don't think we're gonna have to do it, hopefully, to relocate.
Yeah, if they're widening to the south, that would be ideal for us as a county, and that's where, if they do come and ask for input, we can then.
I think the majority of, the initial, I guess easement acquiring was done on the south side, on the west side.
And that's a plus.
That's a plus for us.
My motion stands, Judge, to approve, item number 12.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I guess, Commissioners, of course, we've always worked with Premier Engineering. Do you want to put an amount of engineering fees with your motion, or do we just go on?
Would you have a ballpark number on what the cost would be if Cheryl said it? I mean, we won't hold you to it, but just to let us have a.
We can, it'll be something, like, it's just gonna be, like.
It's time consuming.
Yeah, it'll be a map and some estimates. It probably, I mean, it won't be much, maybe 5 to 10.
Okay.
So,
Within that,
dollars?
you can not to exceed that.
Not to exceed 10. So, yeah, I'll modify the motion, Salita, that a budget of $10,000 for the study.
Okay.
That'll work, yeah. that's better.
Then we'll prepare you a detail, like a detail map, so that you see what streets from what section to what section, the unit footages, and if you're gonna work the base, if you're gonna propose the hot mix, or if you're gonna propose the seal coat, and then you'll have
The price comparisons.
You'll have.
Okay.
Thank you.
That'll work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
Item number 13 is to approve payment to Rodriguez Professional Business Solutions for administrative services on Operation Lone Star, the final payment of the contract.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Motion by
I'll second the
Commissioner
payment, it'll
Mendoza,
be $24,920, just for the
seconded by
record.
Commissioner Solis. And yes, so the reimbursements have been coming in. We did receive $700,000, I believe, on some of the equipment purchases. The salaries from October to the end of March, the 6 months, was, I think, a little over 300-some thousand. Those will be submitted for reimbursement, including the 24,000. So
Mr. Rodriguez has been doing a good job for us, staying on top of it, so.
yes, they've been coming in, and it's very important. We can't afford to, I guess, the county to subsidize it on our own. So we're coming. Those reimbursements keep coming in.
And this is the final payment, correct?
For him, for this
contract
year,
year.
yes, for this contract, yes.
All right.
Got a motion and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 15 is to transfer Ismael Morales from slot number 5 to slot number 7 at $12.72 an hour in the environmental department. Mr. Sines, good morning.
Motion to approve, Judge, on item number 15.
Is that correct, as presented?
Yes,
Yes.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Morales, so this is an open slot?
Yes, sir, yeah, yes.
And you're
Yeah,
within budget?
Commissioner Morales has been there a while already.
Yes, sir, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so he gets a promotion. Good
Yeah, he's
news.
been trying his best.
Motion in a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, and the next one is yours, Mr. Sines, also to hire Brandon Vaughn or Vaughn?
Vaughn.
Vaughn on slot number 3 at $10.66 an hour in the environmental department.
No,
He has an
on-
open slot?
Yes, sir.
No,
Motion.
Judge, on this one,
The slot is
that slot is
Five.
filled. So
Oh.
he would either be on slot number 4 or slot number 5.
No, no,
En el 3 es donde está Raúl Ramírez.
yeah, pero, I'm gonna give you ahorita there that they're gonna be transferred.
So
Well,
which
we
slot
need
is
it. What slot is it gonna be though?
No.
Four and
Okay.
5 are both at 1066. Slot
The
4 and
10,
slot
the
5.
1066 is either slot 4 or slot number 5.
So he would be slot 5 then?
He will be the slot.
Yeah, we can do slot 5 since we've already moved,
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Commissioner
'cause he
Morales.
moved
to
Morales.
So that previous
Yeah.
slot is open.
So he'll take
Yeah,
Morales'
yes,
spot.
that's right. Yeah.
So you wanna modify the motion?
I'll modify the
Commissioner?
motion to slot 5.
Division 3, I'm sorry.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, who's seconded by Commissioner
Morales.
Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah.
Motion carries. So those are, fills all your slots, or you still have any open?
I still have one.
He still has vacancies.
Slot 4 would be, right?
Slot
Mr.
number
Sines,
5.
keep up the great work.
Slot 5?
Oh, he
Yeah.
has 4 and 11.
Oh.
Item number 17 is to consider a grant approval for the Zapata County Fire Department's acquisition of training aids through the Texas Forest Service aimed at enhancing our emergency response capabilities. The grant involves departmental purchase with subsequent reimbursement not exceeding $10,000.
Motion
Chief
to approve,
Arriaga,
Judge.
good morning, Dan.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, yes. Second by Commissioner Garza, yes.
All right.
But
Yes,
explain it
yes,
to
no,
us.
thank you. So yeah, we're constantly looking for grants, like always, to not put a burden on the taxpayers and certain stuff that we can get through grants. So Assistant Chief Gonzalez approached me with this grant that she found. She has permission to work on it. I first checked how much it was for and if there was no matching from the county. There is no matching from the county. It's a 100% grant for $10,000 for training equipment. And they give us a list of equipments that are eligible, which are like rescue mannequins, equipment simulation devices, electronic projectors, computers. We're still looking into what we're gonna get. The only condition is that we do have to pay for it up front, and we submit for reimbursement. So it's 100% reimbursement. Not exceeding $10,000.
Do you know what the turnaround time is, Chief?
Yes, Mr. Gonzalez did ask me, and we did ask the Texas Forest Service. So basically, we purchase the item, make sure it's part of the eligible in the list. Once we purchase it, we contact the Texas Forest Service. They send an inspector just to make sure that the item that was, or the items that were purchased are part of the list. But they do send somebody physically to check, and they say the turnaround is about 2 to 3 months. 2 to 3 months to get the reimbursement.
Very good.
Just a quick checkup. How are we doing with the communication radios?
We are waiting approval from SWIC. I think that was the last part that we needed. As soon as we get the approval through SWIC, we go ahead with the order with Motorola.
All right,
So
sounds great.
that's, what does that stand for, the acronym? It's a
something-
state agency
It's a
that's-
state agency. It's something to do with the encryptions or something like that. I'm not really familiar with the radios, but Roxy is working on it.
I know we've been working on it, it's just.
She did send all the proper documentation to the SWIC, the agency, and we're just waiting on approval, and that's the last step. Then after that, we can place the order with the Motorola.
And those funds will come up from operational.
Oh, yes, that's correct. All right, thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioner.
Got a motion and a second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 18 is to approve payment for invoice from Frank's Construction for several leak repairs and elements at the regional jail in the amount of $4,350 requested from non-department.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Solis. What do we think, Mr. Frank? I see you in the audience there.
Yeah, it was elements,
Leaks, water leaks?
Yes, water leaks. Yes.
We are piping.
Yes.
Appreciate you going out there and helping our regional jail. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 19 is to award the contract for the Zapata County CFC 21-0191 Northwest Zapata Colonia project, and Mr. Gonzalez, good to hear you again. So this is the booster station, a Colonia grant that we've been working on for a while now.
Yes, Judge and Commissioners, this is the booster station, and we did receive a letter from the bonding agency, Axstar.
Okay.
And on Axstar, they've, this is the letter to the judge, well, send it to us, but
Yeah,
addressed to
Judge, we got a copy of it, yes.
Okay, and it says, just confirm that Axstar Insurance Company is expecting to issue payment and performance bonds for Frank's Construction in the amount of $795,010 in connection with the Northwest Zapata Colonia project, subject to receipt of the required underwriting documents necessary to issue the bonds. It is our understanding we will receive the documents within the next few days, and he said normally it takes 5 days, this is on Wednesday.
Okay.
And I did call the financial institution. They are having their board meeting tomorrow, and so I asked them, you know, when do we have our, you know, approval for the finances so that we can get, he said that we should have it by noon.
Okay.
And so with that being said, we're looking to go ahead and award the bonds to Frank's Construction to be able to move forward to get the contracts signed with the bonding, performance bond, payment bond, and their insurance, so that we can then have
And
our.
award the contract to Frank's Construction for this, it was 700
$795 with 10 cents.
Motion to approve, Judge.
Second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza.
That does include
Second.
130,000 from county
Solis.
funds.
Solis?
Yes, to go with the recommendation.
Yes, for recommendation, did you have a question, Commissioner?
No.
Okay.
It does include 130,000 from county funds, which have been committed.
Yes.
For this project.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Judge and Commissioners.
Got a motion and second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Item number 20, so when are we looking at construction beginning?
We wanna have a pre-construction meeting this week.
You got to run a tight
Yeah,
schedule.
we're on a very tight schedule. We have to have our pre-construction meeting before May 31st.
Okay.
So we wanna have, I mean, we wanna start as soon as possible.
Okay.
Because we have until the end of the year to finish the project.
Yes.
And some of the components that we order, the materials, the electrical equipment, those take a little bit of time. And they take maybe like 12 weeks to arrive. So then the actual construction itself sometimes maybe would take about 4 months. But then the delivery of the materials might take another 3 to 4 months. So you're looking at possibly about 8 months, so we're already April. That puts us right at the end of the year, and so
Okay.
And it's always good to, I think, to keep it local, you know, to work.
Correct.
In this case, it's a local company, the money stays here in Zapata, so that's always a good thing.
It was a favorable, bid, Commissioner and Judge, for that project. I think the county will definitely benefit from that, and the community will as well.
And we're grateful for the bonding agency that accepted it.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
Yes.
So I was pretty happy with it.
Good deal. Item number 20 is to consider replat of lot 23A and 24A Madison Avenue and into lot 23A1 and 24A1.
Okay, Judge and Commissioners, on this one, it's a replat of,
Madison Avenue is where?
Madison Avenue is right behind the McDonald's.
Oh, okay.
Well, behind the economy.
Yeah, behind the condo, all the way around.
We had replatted it, it's this one right here, we had replatted it previously into a half-acre tract, if I may approach it. This one right here, this is how it looks right now, this
Okay.
one on this side. And we had done this half-acre tract that is right here.
Right.
And then we're now gonna just make it bigger into this tract. They're getting another half acre.
Okay.
And it's leaving this remainder portion. We did provide, there is water, there is sewer, and there is electricity on the property. We did provide for an easement on this portion right here.
Right.
So that they would have access to that back line as well. There is a sewer line in the front and there's one in the back. But that easement, in case they needed it, because the land does slope in a downward direction, and we did indicate that there is a flood zone, the line going across the property, that's a flood zone, and it was like that when it was planned.
Is there gonna be any development out there, Mr. Gonzalez, that you know?
They are, it is, Mr. Gavilanes is purchasing it, and he is, wanting to put in maybe a home and a shop there, so then that we would see some improvements going there.
And we are within the requirements the county requires for the replat.
This was previously platted, so I did check if we had the utilities that were available to the property, even though it was a replat where they should be, but they were. And then I checked the depth to make sure that he can connect to the front or connect to the back.
How about for water pressure?
Water pressure, yes, they're reducing. It used to be basically 2 lots, and it's still gonna be 2 lots, so then they'll be okay there.
Motion to approve, Judge, as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, second by Commissioner Morales to approve the replat of lot 23A and 24A, Madison Avenue, into lot 23A1 and 24A1. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 21 is to consider replat of tracks 2 and 3 and parcel G and H into track 2A and parcel 2GH on Miraflores and Mahogany Streets.
Okay, Judge and Commissioners, this one is the one on Miraflores Street, and it is the one, it is also already platted, it is a replat, and the image that you have on this side right here is the way it exists right now.
Okay.
And so then you have 3 existing lots and 2 lots on the back, on Mahogany.
Okay.
So we're gonna convert that into just 2 big lots. Yeah, so the 5 lots will get converted into two large lots.
Is there,
There's improvements.
there's improvements on the properties already, there's homes there already?
Yeah, we're showing the homes that are there on these 2 lots of Mahogany. Those are gonna remain. And there is a mobile home on the one on track 2 that comes off of Miraflores. That's an existing easement that's already within the previous plat that was done. And we're keeping that existing easement so they can have access through there.
Okay.
But that property then now is gonna become roughly a 0.63 acre tract. So they'll have more space for their equipment and to build another home. They wanna build a home and then have some space for the current home to be there as well.
Yes, motion to approve, as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 22. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
To consider approval or take appropriate action on an order concerning the adoption and designation of the Zapata County Stetson Renewable Holdings Reinvestment Zone Number 1 pursuant to the county's guidelines and criteria under the Property Development and Tax Abatement Act, Chapter 312 of the Texas Tax Code, requested by Jeff Snowden, Capus Consulting. As you know, Mr. Snowden is helping us with that, with several projects, renewable projects. So this is, as we had the public hearing, will be the next action that we take is to formally.
Adopted?
Yes.
So on this one, just considering the presentation and the hearing, I'll make a motion that we adopt the designation. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. To approve the adoption and to designate the Zapata County Stetson Renewable Holdings Reinvestment Zone Number 1 as presented to the court by Mr. Jeff Snowden.
Motion by Commissioner Mendoza, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? On this one, Commissioners, I will be abstaining. I do have an interest in some of the land that is possible for the project. That, as you can see in your packets, it does include a total of 6,701 acres of land north of Zapata on Highway 83. There are the holdings there that of the lands that will be included in the reinvestment zone, and I can, Rathmore Land and Cattle has 612 acres and a 725 acre tract. That'll Sage Family Limited has a 1,667 acres and 83. That'll Sage Family Land has 1,280 acres and 4.40 acres. Las Presas Ranch has 1,391 acres, and AGS Las Lomas Ranch LLC has another 1,024.39 acres, and this would encompass the reinvestment zone. So just for the public to know that this will be where this project may potentially take place. We got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And Delia, Celica will be abstaining. Item number 24.
Motion to approve consent items 24 and 25, Judge, as
Second that
presented.
motion.
Motion to approve consent items 24 and 25. Motion to adjourn by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. We are now adjourned.